But it's a good day to have a good day. Hello, everyone. My name's Cece Ray. Thanks for joining me here at Break the Dish. Boy, I'll tell you, what do we have a lot to talk about today? First, let's start off by talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Did you see that last episode? Oh my God, is all I can say to that. What is up with K. Michelle? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of K. Michelle. I saw her on Love and Hip Hop. But I have to tell you, and maybe it's just me, but she is acting like she's never been on a reality show before. Like, even in her confessionals, like, oh, I'm trying to figure out how this goes. Girl, this isn't the first time you've been on a reality show. Matter of fact, you had your own reality show. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why she's acting like that. With that being said, when she came to breakfast and like started bawling that there's this huge plot against her, what are you talking about? A plot? I mean, this girl's convinced that somebody called her. Somebody called her. I'm questioning that. I'm just saying. And then she felt the need to go to Shamia and Kelly and tell them the plot. And of course, now Pinky's in on it too. So now the entire group is now completely divided. Good one, K. Michelle. Real good one. I'm just saying, like that's. So, do you believe there's a plot? I could see Droop saying something like along those lines. Not that she has it. I mean, I don't think she could actually get everybody to plot against K. Michelle. But I do think that that she could have said something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, we're going to get her out," or something along those lines. I'm having a hard time believing that Portia and Phaedra are plotting against K. Michelle because what I've seen so far, they seem to like K. Michelle. So I don't know, but she has gone along this script before. I'm just going to put that out there. She has gone with that script before. So I'm not sure. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Something to think about anyway. But she has now divided the whole group. So congratulations, K. Michelle. You did a great job dividing that group. Because now they are split down the middle. I mean, split down the middle. Now, of course, we know Angela. She's going to ride that fence. She's going to try and get tea from both parties, and she's going to be shady, and she's going to stir the pot. We know that. That's how that's going to go down. Cynthia, though, I think she's not going to believe that there's a plot against K. Michelle. Like somebody has to like hit her over the head with a frying pan in order to make her believe there's a plot against K. Michelle. But ever since the episode aired, there was a little, fire going between Portia and K. Michelle on X. Did you see that? So apparently, in real time, this feud has not ended. So this should be an interesting rest of the season. But they're going good. I love these ladies. And I like this cast, to be honest. So what are you thinking about Real Housewives of Rhode Island? I love the show. I know you've heard me say this on all my podcasts, but I am obsessed with this show. These ladies came out, I mean, guns a barrel, just right down, They're just spreading their stuff everywhere. It's quite interesting, but boy, do I have some tea to tell you. Are you ready for this? Well, I don't know if I want to share it. Do I want to share it? I don't know. Okay, maybe I'll share it. But anyway, I saw number one, Jo Ellen. She was on somebody's podcast, and she was saying that this Beth wasn't just Brian's girlfriend. Brian is the husband to Ruella. This wasn't just like, a fling or just a girlfriend. I mean, he apparently showed her divorce papers. I'll put allegedly on it. He allegedly showed her divorce papers, told her he was just waiting for Ruella to leave him, gave her a ring. You heard me. Gave her a ring. I mean, the woman was doing his dry cleaning. Did you see that post with his dry cleaning in the back of the car? So that's quite interesting, isn't it? Now, I know that she is supposedly filed a complaint for defamation of character for what Ruella said apparently on Watch What Happens Live. I'm putting allegedly on there. But yeah, that's not just a girlfriend. That's like a serious girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like serious. This last episode when everybody's like, well, it was actually it ended with the episode before where everybody saw the video. Why would they pick Alicia to show Ruella the video, by the way? Why is that? Out of all the ladies, you want Alicia to do it? The one playing with dolls? I'm just saying, like, she's got like a heart of gold. She doesn't want to hurt anybody, to be quite honest. I mean, even though she can kick it up, I think her nature is to be kind and she seems to get along with everyone. Why would you choose her? I'm just saying. And the crazy thing is like they're at Ruella and Brian's for dinner and his little ding goes off on his phone. And so he's like, excuse me, like I got to use the bathroom. And then he comes back and he says, oh, well, sorry about that. That was a business call. And even in Alicia's confessional, she was like, wait a minute. I thought you said you had to go to the bathroom. No joke. I am not joking about that. So, but she didn't deliver it. She never told Ruella about the video. Not even a peep. She couldn't do it. I didn't think she would. I didn't think she would. I don't know why they would choose her. I know everybody's like, not it, not it, not it. But she definitely was not the one. So who do you think is going to deliver that news? I think it's going to be Rosie. I think Rosie's going to be like, so what did you think of the video? Thinking she already saw it or something. And Ruella's going to be like, what video? But it doesn't matter. She's still with him today. She's still with him. This woman is not leaving her husband, people. Not leaving her husband. This cast can kick it up all they want to. But my thought is this. Ruella knew about this affair before they started filming. Give me a break. And you know what? I don't think she really cared a lot until everybody else knew about it. Till the entire world now is talking about Brian and his affair. Now all of a sudden it's like she cares because she's already got a divorce, one divorce under her belt. She doesn't want another one. She has young children. I don't see Ruella divorcing him. I mean, I really don't. I mean, if she hasn't separated from the man yet, what's it going to take, people? Like, really, what's it going to take? Um, even if you watched like the after show, I mean, she's not only got excuse after excuse for Brian, but I mean, like, she's basically blaming it on Joellen. By the way, Ruella is the one. Remember at that polo match? What that said to Joellen, I need proof. And then she thanked her. She said, thank you for your intel. Remember that? So now, when Joellen's giving her proof, she's thanking her for it, but then slapping her across the face on the other side. She's not going to leave him. Give me a break. She hasn't left him yet. I mean, I'm going to put allegedly on this. The man allegedly put a tracker in her car so that he would know where she was at all times so he could go have his affair. I mean, hello? Like, seriously. And so, yeah. And then he gets arrested for it, and come to find out it was her husband, allegedly. I'll put allegedly on that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's nuts. So if she hasn't left him yet, she's not going to leave him. Trust me, she's not going to leave him. I mean, listen, maybe she's not really in love with him. Maybe it's just a marriage of convenience. And if that's the case, that's okay. You know, each to his own. But don't be like angry at everyone else because they don't know that. And they're trying to, like, I'm not say save you, but they're trying to, you know, help you out girl to girl. Like, yo, your husband's cheating on you. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. But anyway, so I'll give you a little bit of tea. Are you ready for this? Since we're talking about Rhode Island. I don't know if anybody saw this or not, but so Kelsey's ex-boyfriend, I think his name's John Capriano. I could be pronouncing the last name wrong. Anyway, his girlfriend from Miami, which, by the way, there's this whole rumor that she had his baby a couple years ago. She had a boy. I don't know if that's true or not, so we'll put gossip on that one. All right. Anyway, his girlfriend from Miami was up in Rhode Island talking to producers. Mm-hmm. That's right. Talking to producers. What do you think that's about? Is she going to do like a cameo? A confessional? Is she going to join the cast? That would be something. You know what I'm saying? But while they're not filming, producers are talking to his girlfriend from Miami. Is she moving up to Rhode Island? Is she going to be living with him in Rhode Island? Boy, that's a switch. Next season, we see a different girl, but the same house. I'm just saying. But absolutely. So there's some tea for you. I mean, producers are talking to her for some reason. I mean, seriously. And listen, Kelsey with her quote unquote guy she's dating, Billy. Billy's a schmuck. Let's be real. Okay. I mean, he's a nice looking guy. I'm sure he's very sweet and kind and all that. But um he's a schmuck. Let's put it that way. She can't be with him. Do you know why? Because he doesn't have enough in the bank account for her. Let's be real. But anyway, um he I'm sure he's a nice guy. Let's just put it that way. I'm sure he's a nice guy. Um so anyway, so now, oh boy, last night, Summer House finale. What do we think about it? What do we think about the Summer House finale? By the way, while we're talking, let's do a check-in from where everybody's from. Let me know where you're from. Um, yeah, that Summer House finale. Oh, just cringy. You know what I mean? Just for what we know now, just cringy. Um, we got also the trailer dropped for the Summer House finale, Summer House reunion. Ooh, this is going to be a hot one, people. This is going to be a hot one. You know what really gets me is Amanda stating that, like, you know, um, she she was saying on the reunion that like nobody in the world has ever been in this situation. Everyone's like, not really. Especially like, I don't know, on a national show, like seriously. But they had the party. They had the what was it called? The après-ski party. It looked like so much fun. It really did. It looked like so much fun. And I do like the conversation that Kyle and Sierra were having. But whew, I bet they've had a lot of conversations lately. You know what I mean? Um, Kyle felt like, his whole world was like blowing up. And uh, Sierra is, just listening to him. And she's saying to him that, everyone's rooting for both of them to be happy, you know. And then Carl and Lindsay had their conversation going, which, that was needed, I think. She said that after she ran into his mother at the soft bar opening, she realized then that she needed closure, you know? And think about it too. I mean, she was broken up pretty much on national television. But 2 months before her wedding, it gets called off. And within 1 year, she's dating somebody else, has to relive everything. She's pregnant and then has a baby. Like within what, a year and a half tops? That's a lot to go through. And so maybe she really did need that closure, you know. She was telling Carl about how running into Sharon, she felt so uncomfortable. Like she hadn't spoken to her since basically like everything went down on the breakup. And also, how it was upsetting to see her like celebrating the death of their relationship. Um, and Carl just sat there like, oh, I understand. Yeah, I could see that. He did get emotional when he was thinking about all the years, all the memories they had together as friends. I mean, before they were dating, they were friends, you know? And he has said in interviews, I've seen him say this multiple times, that he misses that friendship with Lindsay. So I do believe that was like the first step for both of them. Since then, and since all of this has gone down with Summer House, we have seen them. They did a commercial together, which was so cute. Carl's a mess, and they have appeared. They appeared at different events together. So, do I think they'll get back together? No, 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 no. But I do think that they may be able to become friends. Like really good friends. That's what I'm thinking anyway. But then we have Kyle throughout this entire party, mind you. He's trying to talk to Amanda, and she is just ignoring him. I mean, like, ignoring him. He at one point went up to her and was like, "Hey, Amanda, I'm like, I want to introduce you to someone." And she's like, "No, that's okay. I'm good." I mean, you can really see she can be nasty. So, and everybody can. I mean, listen, everybody's got a side to them. You know what I mean? Let's be real. But I don't know, now that we know what's going on anyway. And Wes and Ben were talking about Sierra. I'm sure she loved seeing this part where Wes was saying to Ben, like, if all four of us are together and like Sabrina's there, like, can you make sure Sabrina doesn't like push the whole dating thing? Because that's not what Wes wants. Like, he does not want that at all. Then he mentions how he tried dating her casually before, and look what happened. I don't remember Sierra ever wanting to get in a casual relationship. So that's really backpedaling. We shouldn't be surprised though, that's Wes, right? But he's like, doesn't want to portray being a quote unquote boyfriend. Isn't he a boyfriend now, supposedly? I'm just saying. But all through this party, however, Kyle keeps trying to talk to Amanda, and she just is like, "I'm good. I want nothing to do with you. My friends are summoning me." You know what I mean? Like, crazy, right? Then Amanda, Sierra, and Mia, they're all sitting together, and Amanda is like dipping her wing into a lot of blue cheese and just basically eating the blue cheese off. And she's saying, like, "I'm just being silly because I don't want to really acknowledge the fact of what's happening between Kyle and I." And Sierra says, "We need to work on your confidence." Um, Amanda's like, "You both are always, here to console me." And Sierra just finally says to her, like, "Look, if you want to move, you want to pack your stuff and go, call me, you tell me when, I'll schedule everything for you, you know, but you have to stop letting life happen to you," which is really good advice, by the way. But it just makes me wonder what was going on last summer. Because, listen, I could be wrong. I'm just a viewer like all of you. But I think that they were separated before they went into the summer. I think Amanda actually clocked out in Italy when she got the real attention from you know who. I think she clocked out then. And So I don't think they were, I think they really were separated. It just wasn't official, but I do think that they were separated prior to filming. And then, after that, they did the whole filming of Summer House. They went right into filming Into the City. And I think they both decided that talk, basically, it's Summer House. That's when we'll really separate. And I think that's when she got her apartment. And so they kind of went in like walking on eggshells in the beginning of filming Into the City. And then finally they separated to everybody else. But they were already living separately because allegedly she did have uh, an apartment in the same building. And then she moved completely out of the building. I'm just saying. I'm going to put allegedly on there. That's what the little birdies are telling me, you know. Um, so Sierra, West, Jesse, and Kyle, they all go out. They come back in. It's like 5 a.m. in the morning. And guess who's kissing in the backyard? That's right. Wes and Sierra. And you can see that Sierra is just eating this up. This girl really fell for him and still had a lot of feelings for this guy. Even the next morning when they wake up and she had just told Mia like they kissed, and Mia says, "Oh my God, you're really smitten." Like she's looking out the window. "Good morning." And then she's like giggly and everything, walking away from the window. Ugh. Seriously. Ugh. And we know the rumors that that wasn't the only time they pretty much got together. There were other times after filming. There's a rumor about a March incident. I'm just saying it's a rumor. I don't know if it's true or not. But still, you know what I mean? It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. We've all been through it. We've all been through it. But the next morning, everybody's having breakfast, and you know, Lindsay says, "Look, I had this great summer. Look at the couples that are going on here, KJ and Dora and Ben and Sabrina." And then she even says, "Sierra and Wes, did you see Amanda's face when Lindsay said that? She gave the same face that she was giving at the table when when she like gaslighted the whole situation about him DJing in Las Vegas." Did you clock that? Interesting. I'm just saying. I think it's interesting. So everybody starts like hugging and, one by one, pretty much everybody's leaving. And the goodbye before even that, when it was Amanda and Lindsay and they're standing at the door, and Lindsay says, "Have you chatted yet?" She says, "No." And then everybody's like saying goodbye and everything. And Wes comes over and, he gives a hug goodbye to Lindsay. And then he like gives this long hug goodbye to Amanda. It wasn't so much the hug that I saw, but right behind him comes Sierra. And so he lets go of hugging Amanda. And Amanda is like this. Did you clock that? I do think that something was going on. I'm not saying physically, but something was going on. I mean, let's also think about it a second. Um, all the other seasons, Wes didn't give a crap if Amanda and Kyle were fighting. I mean, this isn't their first fight at the summer house, right? I mean, he didn't give a crap about that. He's never gotten in the middle of them fighting. He's never like threw his arms around Amanda to protect her. And the way he hugs people, now he does, Wes does tend to like really give people hugs. I'll give him that, okay? But Amanda doesn't. Like when she was even hugging Jesse and telling him like, I want us to do everything that we do in the summer house in the city. Remember her saying that at the party? Like she gives everybody side hugs. Carl, you saw it with Carl, Jesse. Like she gives everybody side hugs, but she throws her arms around Wes. I mean, and we know how she loves the attention. And maybe we're wrong. Maybe nothing physical was going on, but I think just that extra attention that Wes was giving her possibly um, sealed the deal there because she even said it herself. She wants attention. And listen, people that are that insecure are dangerous. And when I say dangerous, I mean, when they're that insecure, they don't care. They have that need for approval from anyone, and they don't care how they get it. You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes who they get it from that matter. Does that make sense? So, it is crazy, absolutely crazy that hug goodbye and everything. And then, of course, Kyle and her actually sit down outside the house. And the first thing she says is so how you doing? Well, let me see now. You totally like ignored him the entire day before. Wonder, I wonder how he is doing. So this is what's making me think that they planned this part, that they were separated before they went in to filming Summer House. I think they were separated already. Do I think though that maybe Kyle said to himself or maybe even to her, like, okay, we're separated, but let's not give up. When maybe in his mind going into filming, he was like, maybe us filming and being at the house in the Hamptons again will, give us a spark, rekindle something, and maybe that'll be enough to be able to put us back on track. And when that didn't happen, that was his frustration you were seeing? Possibly. You know what I mean? But I do believe that this is just my opinion. I think they were separated prior to filming. We saw Into the City. Did you see Into the City? I'm not going to recap Into the City today, but I am going to talk about that beginning, where they have the whole conversation. I heard cameras went up when this all went down with Wes. I'm kind of disappointed though that this was the cameras going up, to be quite honest. Um, I think that before they filmed that little scene there, um, I think she was basically like, don't let me have it. Like, I think in a way he wanted to protect her, but still try to come out with the fact that she was with Wes, that, you know, he's asking her, like, I'm seeing seeing things from the summer and I'm thinking about things from the fall. And basically, it looks like you were with Wes, and she turns around and she says, I'm not that type of person. Oh, yeah, Amanda, I hate to tell you this. You are that type of person. Number one, you're still married. Number two, um, did you forget about your friend Sierra? The one that is telling you you're a beautiful person, like you have a voice that needs to be heard. Remember all that? All those talks trying to pick you up? That girl? She just walked right all over her. Didn't care about her feelings, didn't care if she was going to be hurt. And in my eyes, and I don't know if everybody else sees it this way or not. I mean, you can tell me. But in my eyes, a relationship between two people, like a partnership, like a marriage, and then you have a relationship like a friendship, is just as important. You know, you might not be signing divorce papers if you're not friends anymore, but it doesn't mean that you don't feel a certain way. You know what I'm saying? It's true, and so I really think that I don't know. I really think that she definitely could do it. And she is that type of person. And, I get that he truly loves her. Like, even on I don't know what's going on. I hear some noise. Um, Even on Watch What Happens Live last night, did you see that? Where Lindsay is saying that she really learned how much Kyle really did love her. Was he a perfect husband? No, of course not. We saw that. Did he make mistakes? Yeah, but he genuinely, genuinely loved her and still does. And that's what Lindsay was saying on Watch What Happens Live. You know what I'm saying? So is he kind of protecting her a little bit in that scene? Yeah, I would say so. 1000%. But for her to be like, when he's kind of like tipping around the whole, I think you were with Wes last summer situation, um, for her to turn around and say, I'm not that type of person. Girl, you are that type of person because you did it to your other relationship. Remember, Sierra? And so that was, wow. You know what I mean? Like, this reunion is going to be really, really good. What do you think? I mean, really, really good. Um, I I don't know. I just feel so bad for Sierra. I know that she's dropped a few bombs here and there. Um, and what about this whole rumor with Wes and Jen Fessler? What is that about? That's a little crazy. Do I believe it? I don't know. I mean, her bestie was on Watch What Happens Live and stated him to be her hall pass, so I don't know. But listen, Wes is that type of person. Is he the type of person to like settle down? I don't know. I don't see it. I haven't seen it yet. So, you know, we know that they left the reunion together, that supposedly they're still together. Now, no one has seen them both out together in public. I don't know if they finally got the message of, you might want to stay home for a while. You know, catch up on a movie on Netflix, pop some popcorn, I mean, because every time you go out, everything goes nuts. So are they just sitting back and being quiet? Or after the reunion, did things not go so well? I mean, we know how Amanda is. It's always poor me. I'm the victim. And we heard those little, pieces of soundbite that were leaked. But I mean, for her to turn around in that trailer that dropped and say, you know, hasn't anybody been in this situation before? No, girl, not like this. Not on national television. It's pretty rare. I'm just saying. We could say scandal. I mean, you're running right close to it. Right close to it. You know what I'm saying? So that is the end of Summer House. Now we are going to see the reunion. And I can't wait because I really can't wait. However, remember, we saw a drop of the reunion where they're all in a huddle, and Kyle is saying like that Wes has had this secret girlfriend, and they have the receipts. They're going to expose it. Well, I saw Jesse Solomon on some podcast. I can't remember what it was. And there was a secret girlfriend that Jesse did know about. How secret was it? Like, they're not married. They don't have a kid together. And it probably doesn't even matter. Like, you're going to reveal this. So what? Wes doesn't care. I mean, he's dating your wife. I mean, she technically is still his wife. Oh, yeah. And let's forget the part that, the two of you were friends and Sierra and Amanda were friends. And I think the real issue is that Sierra still had these strong feelings for him. And that betrayal of trust between two friends is really the biggest issue of all. I mean, Kyle and Wes weren't that close, but that's really where the betrayal is. Because listen, Kyle and Amanda, they were separated already. Well, we don't really know they were officially separated. And if this all actually did start last summer, well, she didn't wait. Let's put it that way. She definitely didn't wait. But the betrayal really lies between Sierra and Amanda. And I think that everybody reacts this way because most of us, and if you haven't been there, good for you, but most of us have had a betrayal in a close friendship. And it hurts. And it's real. And then you start thinking back on the relationship in hindsight, like, was that a lie? Did that person really mean what they said then? Or was that a lie too? Like, you think the whole relationship then was a lie, And then this person that you're used to talking to on the phone every day, maybe going to lunch with once a week, is no longer in your life. And there's like a gap there, like a hole. And you miss like that 8 a.m. phone call, or you miss like, doing weekends together or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's something now that's missing out of your life, So I'm just saying. But that was Summer House. So I'm looking forward to the reunion. I'm not recapping in the city. But make sure you check out my podcast on YouTube at Break the Dish 8852. I'm sure you can just search up Break the Dish. And so that you see my full podcast episodes when I recap, and also drop tea. Um, and I know I just started going live with all my breakers here. I have been so excited. Thank you so much for joining me. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I love us all getting together live like this because then, we can talk about it. And, I want to see your opinions and I want to see your comments and I want to see what you think about things. You know what I mean? So next Wednesday, I'm going live, same time, 1 o'clock on Wednesday, next Wednesday. And in between that, make sure you definitely catch my recap of Real Housewives of Rhode Island, Real Housewives of Atlanta, and tea all in between there. And don't forget to like and subscribe on TikTok here, but also make sure you go over to my YouTube channel and Break the Dish at YouTube and make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell over there so you don't miss any of my full podcast episodes. I've had such a great time with all of you today. I want you to have a beautiful rest of your day and a beautiful weekend. And I will see you live next Wednesday at 1 o'clock. And it'll be all about the Summer House reunion. Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining. Have a great day.